Chosen one, you are not here by accident, and you are not listening by chance. Heaven arranged this moment with precision, and your presence here is evidence of divine timing unfolding exactly as ordained. Chosen one, there is a shift already moving in the unseen, and you are standing at the edge of a transition that will alter your position, your access, and your influence. This is not emotional encouragement. This is a prophetic moment of alignment, where what has been hidden is being prepared to move. Anointed one, the season you are exiting was never meant to be permanent. What felt like delay was refinement, what felt like silence was protection, and what felt like isolation was positioning. Scripture reminds us that the vision waits for an appointed time and does not lie, as written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. That appointed time is now drawing near. There is a supernatural acceleration forming around your life, and with it comes elevation, provision, and connection that could not arrive until your spirit was ready to carry it. Chosen one, heaven is orchestrating encounters, opening pathways, and releasing resources that were reserved for this exact hour. A door is forming where there was once a wall, and movement is beginning where stagnation once lived. This is not random, this is divine selection. And yet, anointed one, not every reminder from God arrives loudly. Some arrive quietly, steady and faithful, like something waiting patiently to be returned to when the noise fades. What has been prepared is already resting below, calm and ready, exactly where it needs to be. Chosen one, there is something I need to say to you plainly, without fear and without exaggeration. What is approaching your life is not curiosity, not coincidence, and not emotional attachment. There is a person being stirred by God to notice you, and they do not yet understand why your name keeps rising in their thoughts. They cannot explain why your presence feels familiar, or why your value registers before your resume ever does. This is not attraction as the world defines it. This is recognition. God has placed your name into their intuition and your purpose into their vision, and when they see you, something in their spirit will quietly say, "This one is marked." Anointed one, when God decides to elevate someone, He does not pause to review their history the way people do. He does not replay your failures or consult the opinions of those who misjudged you when you were still becoming. I have learned this the hard way in my own life. The very season when I felt the most overlooked was the season God was quietly repositioning me into rooms I never would have qualified for on paper. When God says move, the shift begins long before your feet ever change location. Your movement starts in the spirit. Conversations shift, access changes. People who never noticed you suddenly begin to listen. Opportunities that once passed you by begin circling back with new eyes. Chosen one, what is coming toward you carries influence and resources, yes, but more importantly, it carries spiritual sensitivity. This is not someone sent to impress you or overpower you. This is someone prepared by God to recognize you. Their wealth is not only financial, it is strategic. They carry keys you could not have forged on your own, doors that only open when alignment meets timing. And hear this clearly, you are not unqualified. You are not behind. God has already done the qualifying in private, through heartbreaks, through betrayals, through nights when you questioned whether obedience was worth the cost. Anointed one, nothing you endured was wasted. I know how easy it is to label certain seasons as losses. I once thought my quiet years meant I had missed my moment. But God later showed me that humility was being formed so honor would not crush me, and discernment was being sharpened so I would not confuse access with assignment. The wealth and influence of another will not intimidate you because God strengthened your identity before ever strengthening your environment. This person is not coming to control you. They are coming to confirm what God already placed inside you. Chosen one. There is a difference between rescue and recognition. You do not need to be saved. You need to be seen. God is sending someone who will recognize your potential even on days when your confidence feels thin. Someone whose presence lifts you instead of draining you. Someone who understands that your calling requires partnership, not ownership. And yes, they may look unfamiliar at first. Their background may not resemble anything you expected. But God says, do not judge the vessel. Discern the assignment. Blessings often arrive wearing clothes we would not have chosen ourselves. Anointed one, you are not being chosen because you are flawless. You are being chosen because you are aligned. Your heart is aligned. Your spirit is aligned. Your future is aligned with divine timing. You survived what was designed to break you, and you kept your spirit intact when bitterness would have been easier. Even in silence, even in obscurity, you whispered trust, and God heard it. That whisper carried more weight than public declarations. That is why this connection is forming by divine assignment, not human preference. Chosen one. What you are feeling lately, the restlessness, the discomfort, the sense that your old environment no longer fits, is not confusion. It is repositioning. The places and patterns that once sustained you are now too small because elevation requires space. God often isolates before he reveals. I know that loneliness can feel like loss, but God says you are not losing, you are transitioning. Not everyone can follow you into the next version of your destiny. Some relationships were only assigned to your preparation season, not your manifestation season. Anointed one, when this connection becomes visible, there will be whispers. There always are. People who were silent during your struggle will suddenly have opinions about your rise. Do not explain yourself. Do not apologize for doors God opened. The moment you begin shrinking to make others comfortable is the moment you delay what God is trying to establish. You were not created to live in smallness. Your calling requires exposure, and your purpose requires support. Chosen one, the one God is sending will not belittle you or compete with you. Your spirit will recognize theirs. Their strength will meet your stability. They have been softened by their own trials, so they can honor the weight of your calling. Prepare your spirit for confidence, not insecurity. God does not align prepared people with unready hearts. If this were not your time, this intersection would not be forming. And this is where I will pause, because what comes next requires even deeper clarity about what wealth truly means, and why this alignment is mutual, not one-sided. Chosen one, you must understand something deeper now, because many misunderstand what heaven means when it speaks of wealth. Wealth is not only money moving hands or numbers changing accounts. Wealth is influence that opens doors before you arrive. Wealth is wisdom that shortens learning curves. Wealth is discipline, stability, and access that multiplies whatever it touches. The person being drawn toward you carries this kind of wealth, and God is sending it because your next season cannot be sustained by effort alone. Anointed one, this alignment is mutual. They carry something you do not yet have, and you carry something they cannot develop on their own. God does not connect imbalance, he connects assignment. I have seen this pattern repeatedly, both in scripture and in life. Every meaningful acceleration I have witnessed came when two prepared paths crossed at the same spiritual altitude. Not because one chased the other, but because heaven converged them. Chosen one. This is why it feels strange. You have never been mirrored at this depth before. You have never been recognized this quickly without proving yourself. And part of you may wonder if this is happening too fast. But God says this is not haste. This is harvest. You planted in tears. You watered in silence. You stayed faithful when no one clapped. And now growth is no longer hidden underground. It is breaking the surface. Anointed one, you are shedding an old identity. The version of you that survived is making room for the version of you that leads. I remember the moment I realized my coping habits no longer worked. The prayers changed. The discomfort increased. That was not regression. That was expansion. When God prepares to elevate you, your old containers crack because they can no longer hold what is coming. Chosen one, your steps are being ordered. Your environment is being rearranged. Opportunities will not ask your permission before arriving. Do not resist unfamiliar rooms. The past was never your home. It was your classroom. God used it to teach you restraint, humility, and discernment. But the lesson is complete. The door ahead is not asking if you are ready. It is opening because you are. Anointed one, what you have been feeling lately is not anxiety. It is alignment. That inner pressure is destiny applying momentum. Heaven is not whispering anymore. It is positioning. And the one being sent toward you is part of the system God is using to move you forward. This is not rescue. This is reinforcement. Chosen one. Now hear this carefully, because this is where discernment becomes essential. Not every opportunity that sparkles is sent by God. When divine alignment approaches, counterfeits often follow. Distractions will come dressed as shortcuts. Flattery will arrive without depth. But the one God sends will not confuse you. They will clarify you. Their presence will feel like a gate opening, not a trap closing. Anointed one, peace will be the confirmation, not excitement, not pressure. Peace. When God sends someone, clarity walks in with them. There is no manipulation, no urgency to perform, no pressure to become smaller. Their calm will match your spirit, and your spirit will recognize them before your logic catches up. Chosen one, movement does not always look like motion. Sometimes God moves your spirit before he moves your surroundings. You may still wake up in the same place, but your heart no longer belongs there. Your conversations feel hollow. Your routines feel empty. That is how you know transition has already begun. Your life is catching up to a decision heaven already made. Anointed one, the person God is sending will not pull you backward. They will point you forward. They will not reopen old wounds. They will reinforce healed courage. And this is why God has been removing noise from your life. The distancing you noticed was not abandonment. It was preparation. God clears space before he fills it. He does not bring divine connections into crowded environments. Chosen one, you will recognize them, not by appearance, not by status, but by a quiet internal witness that says, this is aligned. Your spirit will register before your mind analyzes. There will be peace that does not need explanation. That peace is divine timing speaking without words. Anointed one, this connection is not arriving to distract you from your path. It is arriving to accelerate it. Heaven does not move casually, and what is unfolding now has already been prepared in silence, waiting patiently for the moment you were strong enough to carry it. Chosen one. There is a part of the journey no one talks about loudly, the part where the promise is clear, but the movement feels slow. This is not the season of doubt, but it can feel like weariness. You are not questioning whether God spoke. You are learning how to stand while what he spoke matures. This is the quiet middle, where faith is no longer fueled by excitement, but by consistency. Heaven has not gone silent, it has gone steady. Anointed one, I know what it feels like to wake up faithful but tired, to do the right thing again without applause, to keep your spirit aligned while your circumstances lag behind the word. This is not weakness, this is endurance. There were mornings when I had no new revelation, no surge of emotion, only a decision to remain anchored. That decision carried more power than any dramatic moment. What you repeat in obscurity builds strength that cannot be borrowed later. Chosen one. Waiting does not mean you are standing still. Waiting means you are being preserved. The promise is not delayed because you are unready, but because timing protects what haste would damage. God does not rush what he intends to sustain. The person being prepared to meet you is not behind schedule, and neither are you. Heaven moves with precision, not panic. Anointed one, this is the stretch where faith becomes muscle memory. You show up the same way on quiet days as you did on hopeful ones. You pray without needing reassurance. You choose integrity when no one is watching. These ordinary moments are where alignment is secured. I learned that breakthroughs often come to those who stayed faithful when nothing dramatic happened for a long time. The waiting refined my attention. It taught me how to recognize peace over urgency. Chosen one, do not measure progress by noise. Some seasons advance in silence. There are days when the most spiritual thing you can do is remain steady. When nothing changes outwardly, something is still being fortified inwardly. God is strengthening your capacity so the arrival does not overwhelm you. What is coming will require calm, not adrenaline. Anointed one, remember how far you have already come. There were moments you thought would end you, yet you are still here, still aligned, still listening. That memory is not nostalgia, it is evidence. When discouragement tries to speak, remembrance answers it. God has already proven faithful in ways you did not recognize at the time. The same hand that carried you through confusion is guiding you through waiting. Chosen one. There is a temptation in long seasons to seek constant confirmation, but maturity learns to rest without constant explanation. Faith is often steadied through simple, repeatable reminders rather than dramatic signs. I noticed that the quiet return to what grounded me mattered more than chasing the next revelation. Strength grows when you stop demanding constant proof and start trusting accumulated faithfulness. Anointed one, a small, quiet reminder has been gently placed below, resting in the description and the pinned comment. Not to impress you, but to steady you when the days feel long. Chosen one. The waiting is not punishment, it is alignment holding its breath before release. God is not asking you to endure forever, only to remain present. What is being built in you right now is the ability to receive without fear and to walk forward without rushing. This is the season where patience becomes authority. Anointed one, you are not forgotten in this middle space. Heaven sees every faithful repetition. Every day you chose to stay aligned added weight to your readiness. The promise has not weakened, it has matured. And when movement resumes, you will step forward with a steadiness you could not have gained any other way. Chosen one. This is not the end of movement. It is the deepening of foundation. What stands next must rest on something unshakable, and you are becoming that ground. Chosen one. Now the weight begins to shift from endurance into discernment. This is the phase where God trains your inner ear more than your outer vision. You are learning how to recognize alignment without chasing it. What is meant for you will not require desperation. It will arrive with clarity. And the reason God waited to sharpen your discernment is because what comes next will require restraint as much as courage. Anointed one, elevation always brings options. Not all of them are assigned. When your life begins to expand, many voices will attempt to enter the conversation. Some will praise you, some will question you, some will try to attach themselves to the version of you they never supported before. This is why God spent so much time strengthening your boundaries in silence. Discernment is not suspicion. It is spiritual clarity that knows when to say yes and when to remain still. Chosen one. I have learned that not every open door is a divine door, even when it looks generous. Some doors are tests dressed as opportunities. God taught me to watch how something made my spirit feel after the excitement faded. What was aligned brought peace that lasted. What was misaligned brought urgency and pressure. You are being trained to recognize that difference instinctively now. Anointed one, the one God is sending, will not rush you. They will not pressure you into proving anything. They will not need constant reassurance. Their presence will respect your pace and honor your process. That is how you will know this is not emotional attachment, but spiritual agreement. Alignment does not hurry, it confirms. Chosen one, as your influence grows, your silence will become more valuable than your explanations. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. God is teaching you when to speak and when to remain reserved. The quieter you become internally, the clearer your discernment grows. This is not withdrawal, this is refinement. Anointed one, remember that preparation did not end when waiting ended. Preparation continues through wise restraint. What God is building through you is meant to last, not spike and collapse. That is why He is shaping your reactions now, not just your opportunities. Chosen one, you are entering a season where discernment protects destiny. The more aligned you become, the less convincing distractions appear. This is not because they stopped coming, but because you stopped needing them. What is sent by God will not compete for your attention. It will meet you with peace. Chosen one. Now the horizon begins to change. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but unmistakably. You will notice subtle shifts before visible ones. Conversations begin to sound different. Doors respond differently when you knock. The atmosphere around your name carries more weight. This is not pride, this is positioning. God is recalibrating how the world responds to you because your internal alignment has matured. Anointed one, this is where confidence replaces hesitation. Not loud confidence, not performative strength, but quiet assurance that knows where it stands. You no longer ask if you belong in rooms God opens. You arrive grounded, not impressed, not intimidated. This confidence did not come from success. It came from survival and obedience. Chosen one, the connection God is forming now will meet you at this level of stability. They will recognize your steadiness before your skill. They will trust your integrity before your talent. That is why the timing matters. Earlier versions of you might have misunderstood the weight of what was offered, but now you carry it with calm hands. Anointed one, when movement resumes fully, it will feel natural, not overwhelming. Acceleration does not always feel fast. Sometimes it feels inevitable, like a river finally finding its channel. The resistance you once felt is gone because alignment has removed friction. You are no longer pushing forward, you are being carried. Chosen one, there will be moments ahead where you pause and realize how seamlessly things aligned. What once felt impossible now feels ordered. That is not coincidence. That is divine orchestration completing its work. And you will know that every quiet season, every restrained response, every faithful repetition contributed to this stability. Anointed one, this is not the climax yet. This is the readiness before arrival. God does not rush revelation, He unfolds it. And you are standing in the unfolding, steady, grounded, prepared to walk forward without losing yourself. Chosen one. What comes next will not require striving, it will require presence. And you have already learned how to stand there. Chosen one. Now the responsibility becomes clearer. Not heavier, but clearer. When God entrusts alignment at this level, He is not only opening doors, He is watching stewardship. What you do with access will matter as much as how you endured without it. This is the phase where character and opportunity finally meet face to face. Anointed one. The reason God waited so long to bring you here is because influence reveals what pressure cannot. I have seen people pray for elevation and collapse once it arrived, not because they were evil, but because they were unprepared to remain themselves when everything expanded. God took time with you because He intended for your integrity to survive visibility. Chosen one. You are being trusted now. Trusted with conversations that shape outcomes. Trusted with rooms that alter direction. Trusted with resources that move faster than emotions can process. This is why humility had to be rooted deeply. Not performative humility, but grounded self-awareness that knows where strength ends and dependence begins. Anointed one. The connection God is finalizing around you is not impressed by performance. They are drawn to your steadiness. They sense that you are not chasing validation, you are carrying responsibility. And responsibility attracts respect from those who understand weight. Chosen one. There will be moments when you are tempted to move faster than peace allows. Resist that urge. God did not prepare you to rush. He prepared you to lead with clarity. When alignment is real, it does not require you to abandon discernment to keep momentum. It honors your pace. Anointed one. You are learning how to hold influence without letting it define you. Your worth is no longer tied to response or recognition. That freedom is what keeps you stable when elevation increases. You are not climbing anymore. You are being positioned. Chosen one. This season will require you to remain present, not distracted by anticipation, not pulled backward by fear. Presence keeps your spirit sensitive and your reactions clean. God is entrusting you with impact because He knows you can carry it without losing your center. Chosen one. Now everything converges quietly, not with spectacle, not with noise, but with certainty. You will recognize the moment not by shock, but by peace. The alignment will feel familiar, as though your spirit has been rehearsing for it long before your mind understood what was coming. This is how divine intersections arrive. Anointed one. When the connection finalizes, it will not announce itself dramatically. It will settle. There will be no need to convince yourself, no inner argument, no pressure to perform. Only recognition meeting recognition, destiny acknowledging destiny. Chosen one. You will look back and see how every delay protected you, how every closed door refined you, how every quiet season stabilized you. Nothing was wasted, nothing was random. Even the confusion had purpose. God was aligning more than circumstances. He was aligning capacity. Anointed one, what is about to unfold will require you to remain who you became, not revert to who you were. The old survival reflexes are no longer needed. You are not fighting for space anymore. Space has been made for you. Your role now is to stand grounded and receive without shrinking. Chosen one. This alignment does not end your journey. It begins a new mode of walking, one marked by cooperation instead of striving, by clarity instead of confusion, by movement that feels supported rather than forced. Heaven has done its work in you. Now the visible world will begin to reflect it. Anointed one, you are not stepping into something foreign, you are stepping into what has been quietly forming around you for a long time. The path ahead is not rushed, it is prepared, and you are ready to walk it without fear, without apology, and without losing yourself. Chosen one, this is where the unseen becomes visible, not suddenly, but faithfully, as alignment completes its work. Chosen one, you are not leaving this moment empty-handed. What heaven has set in motion does not reverse. A supernatural transfer is already unfolding, and you are standing in your Kairos moment, the precise window God ordained long before you were aware of it. What has been prepared in silence is now aligning in the open. The hand of God is steady on your life, and the timing is exact. Anointed one, receive this truth with reverence. You are blessed to recognize alignment when it appears. You are strengthened to walk forward without fear. You are covered as new doors open and new environments receive you. What is coming will not confuse you or diminish you. It will confirm you. Stay faithful, stay grounded, stay grateful for what has not yet appeared, but is already secured in the Spirit. Chosen one, if your heart is stirred, let it be a sacred witness. You may leave a word of agreement, a testimony, or quietly stay connected with this space as the journey continues. Let every step ahead be taken with humility and expectation, knowing that God finishes what He begins. Anointed one, there is also something quiet and steady prepared for moments when strength needs reinforcing, resting gently in the pinned comment and the description. Chosen one, go forward in peace. What God has aligned cannot be undone, and what He has chosen you for will meet you right on time.